everybody. Welcome to Papa Bear Studio in Duryea. I have the pleasure and privilege to bring in a personal friend of mine, John Carpenetti. Nice to have you here, John.
Pleasure to be here.
John is a wonderful, wonderful drummer, and he's here to tell you a little bit about what he does, who he does it for, and where you might be able to reach him for maybe some lessons, huh?
We could talk about that.
That'd be great.
Absolutely.
So what have you been doing these days?
Definitely teaching a lot of lessons. Teaching a lot of lessons. That makes up a lot of what I do musically.
Great.
It's a great occupation to be able to do that, to share my passion with people of all ages that I get to teach. You know,
Great.
Everybody from, I have a 4-year-old, up to a 70-year-old. So
wow,
that's
cool.
It's quite the range.
What styles do you teach?
My biggest thing is I really want them to be versatile. Mm-hmm. So I will teach everything. And we generally always start with rock and pop because that's always what we hear. It's what we grow up listening to.
Sure.
What we normally have exposure to. We start there, and then we branch into maybe a little bit of jazz, a little bit of blues.
Nice.
Maybe some country, maybe some different types of African rhythms and Latin rhythms.
Wow.
So it all depends, not to make them love any of those genres, but just to kind of expose them.
Get what they can learn out of it.
Absolutely.
Make their own style.
Make their own style.
That'd be great.
Correct.
So where can they find you? Where are you doing this teaching?
I teach out of Endless Music in Tunkhannock on the Hunter Highway. It's on one side of the Susquehanna River.
Okay.
Just depending, so where you're coming from.
Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
So you said that takes up a lot of your time musically, but I know there's no way you're not playing with some pretty cool bands these days.
Well, the Idle Kings.
There you go.
Yeah, I get and so I've been playing with them for, oh my goodness, like 6 years coming up here this spring. So fantastic gig. Fantastic gig.
Tell us about them. What are the Idle Kings all about?
So the Idle Kings, we're a tribute act, and we do tribute shows to Journey, Tom Petty, and John Mellencamp. Three great shows, and depending, some nights we will do all three, some nights we'll do two, and then sometimes we'll just do one show, like a bigger Journey show, and that's a great show, really powerful. We've got great vocalists, great musicianship in the band, just great guys. We do a lot of traveling, so we definitely do the van and trailer thing. And
what's been your most exciting venue or concert experience?
There's been a couple. We've been fortunate enough to really play some nice places. I really loved this Rivers Casino in Pittsburgh. We played there about 3 years ago, and we were right on the river in this small amphitheater right outside.
Nice.
So we were rocking, and people were just coming by in their boats and just parking, and it was cool. So we're playing to people like in the stands.
That's great.
And then there's people behind us in the boats, and that was really fun. So that show really comes to mind. We had a really good energy there that night. That's a great one. We play a great place out in Indiana State, a winery actually there. That's actually just down the road from maybe a couple miles from John Mellencamp's actual residence.
Oh wow, there you go. Did he hear you?
Oh,
Is it rumored?
yeah, we definitely like to tell that story to see, maybe he'll wander down. So we don't know if he'll either join us or send us a cease and assist letter. So, yeah.
Hey, maybe it's a cease and assist letter. Oh, that would be even better.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be cool. Huh?
Yes.
So what other bands are you involved in?
So I get to work with them. I get to work with this other smaller rock group. Quartet called Chasing Ashlee. We got great vocalist, great guitar player, bass player, and we do a lot of classic rock up to the 90s. Probably is where we go. And since we have our female vocalist by the name of Ashley Danko, she is just great vocalist, really powerful. So she can sing with her own touch, with her own flavor, a lot of the guy stuff, if you want to say that. So she can do the Zeppelin, the Aerosmith, some of the Guns N' Roses. Yeah, man. In fact, we're playing this Saturday. So we're going to be at Mohegan Sun, right here in Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make sure you check these guys out. Any other things you'd like to?
Yeah, absolutely. I got to plug another group that we get to play. The guitar player from Chasing Ashlee and I are with another group called the Lesser Knowns, and our shtick is one-hit wonders from the 1990s. So we get to do that a little bit too, and that's pretty fun. too.
Do you do that song? Oh, what the heck was the name of it? What the heck?
Oh, Space Hog.
Space Hog. That's
In the
it.
meantime,
yes.
You know, we've talked about that one. 'cause
Gotta
I
do
love
it.
that
Gotta
song.
do that
I love
song.
that song. So
it's the
good.
ultimate one-hit wonder of the '90s.
It really is.
That and the Dream Academy. Life in a Northern Town.
Oh, man.
Actually, that's '80s. That's '80s.
Oh, it's okay. Well, we still we won't shy away from that. Actually, the one that gets a little attention, people are like, oh, they're playing that. Remember the band The Refreshments?
Yeah. Banditos.
Banditos.
I love
We
it.
could do Banditos.
I used to do Banditos in my old band. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good rockin' tune. So, I think we kind of made that song collectively our favorite as
Very
the
cool.
group. So
if that's the kind of stuff you're doing, that's going to be a pretty cool show.
Yeah, but yeah.
So that's the lesser knowns.
the lesser knowns.
What a great name for a band that does one-hit wonders.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So the big question, John, would you be willing to grace us behind the kit?
I could beat some skids. Sure, I've done it a long time, a really long time.
I would love you to do that.
Sure.
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, anytime.
All right.
Pleasure.
Again, John Carpenetti. So how can we find you on the internet?
Facebook.
John Carpenetti.
C-A-R-P, like the fish, E-N-E-T-T-I. Carpenetti.
Fish starts with F.
Carp.
I know.
Like the fish.
I know. You went C-A-R-P, like the fish.